Welcome back everyone, and welcome to another episode of my top 5 pick when I just want to have fun and I kind of feel shall I say, strong and extremely powerful, and especially if you know how to aim. It's all about the battleship doing huge amount of damage, or Notzer used to say tons of damage to your enemy, and always be rewarded. And for that reason, I believe this is a huge, large ship, and you know what ship it is? It's the damn Sinop. Now the thing is about this a lovely ship. It's huge, it's large, but turtle allowed you don't always have 6 available guns on the front, so you always have opportunity. You're doing something wrong if you showing you tons of your side and try to use the rear turrets. I believe this is the way to go, and the thing is makes this ship kind of a strong. If you know how to aim, guys, this thing will citadel the crap of any battleship that they supposed to not get citadel, like King George V and some German battleship. You can actually do it even towards them. It's because of the huge caliber, but also penetration. This pen, man, I do believe this is one has the best pen of all tier 7 battleship, and in my honestly opinion, she is fulfill a role of a battleship. She's long, tall, that's the biggest downside with her, but her AA, it's not crap, it's a pretty darn strong, and the speed are fantastic. But the aim, guys, you pinpoint your enemy. Oh man, it's so lovely to see those shells so darn tight together, and it's going boom, huge tons of damage. And for that reason, it's the number 5 pick. For the number 4, guys, it's almost the same reason. This ship Wargaming trying to take down from the game, they consider this ship too broken, and it is, guys. My number 4 pick is Giulio Cesare, and the same reason. Now, don't get me wrong, she's not crazy in armor. I mean, armor, what armor? You don't have any kind of armor. You will take its HE shells like there's no one's business. You only have right over there only 43, which is pretty strong for this tier. I repeat, this 43 millimeters, it's not a joke, but this is the only part, because the most of the part are 90 millimeter, which almost any single destroyer or cruiser can take you down. And her citadel is kind of a large and big and so on. But this, guys, it's actually this ship, it's a mixed of a battleship with hill, but has turning radius as close as a slungy this cruiser, like a huge large cruiser, and it turns all literally for a battleship on a dime. And the guns are everything, guys. It's not easy to torpedo this ship when you maneuver left and right, and the guns are so darn strong. I do believe Wargaming actually did a small mistake to give her close to cruiser level of dispersion, because it's all about you aim, you shoot, you hit. This thing will hit the destroyer like there's no one business. You may think that all battleship struggle versus destroyers. Sure they do, but not with this ship. This ship will actually, if you give you enough lead, not too much, not too little, so you have the perfect lead, you will always be rewarded. And guys, without saying too much, even though the matchmaking it's not so bright anymore, you will face a lot of tier 6 and tier 7. You can still do tons of damage even in a tier 7 matchmaking. You have to be careful. You are just a support ship, because you know there's 2 tier higher with more HP pool and more armor. So for that reason, guys, let me know on a comment below why is the reason number 1 Wargaming decide to remove this ship from premium sale. I'm wondering. Yeah, it's all about the maneuverability and the guns. The guns are absolutely broken. And same story, guys. The pick number 3 it's the most obvious that everybody, and this is a lovely ship that everybody can enjoy, and it's the Fujin, it's the Kamikaze or Kamikaze R, you name it. And for one reason, and something makes this ship works, guys. This is one of the fastest tier 5 destroyer without the French speed demons, you know what I mean. And it's a tiny, I mean, the concealment, it's 5.4 with captain's build and camos, and you turn literally on a dime. This it's not easy to get torpedo because it has such a crazy OP turning radius, and this maneuverability together with this lovely torpedo. And the thing is, I like to say, guys, and this is something that you all probably know so far, let's talk about the torpedoes. The torpedoes, guys, used to be, when the Japanese destroyer line came, this was the stock Kamikaze's torpedoes, 7 kilometers. The upgraded one had actually 10 kilometers but they were slower. Still 68 knots, guys, with 14,400, which basically means that if you are any cruiser and you eat only 3 torpedoes, you have 6, you will be deleted. If you're a battleship and you eat 4 or more torpedoes, I'm not saying 6, I'm just saying 4 or more torpedo, you also get deleted from full HP to 0. Those torpedo are in that regard overpowered in that they always flood, they always do tons of damage, and in just 30 more seconds after you been hit by torpedo, there's another torpedo salvo on your way. So you are literally a torpedo spammer, and it only works because of the concealment and the maneuver of this ship, especially when there's a couple battleships charging towards you. Then you can send those torps at whopping 8 kilometers away from you, and they will still catch them on guard. So that is the third pick for me. On number 2, and this is a silver Tech 3, and some of you guys thinking, man, Zerra, why are you chose this ship for number 2? Because it's a silver Tech 3, everybody can have it, right? But I'll talk about this ship, which is by far one of my let's put some camo, I do have to apologize, guys. All right, it's the Kamikaze. Kamikaze, guys, has extremely few weakness. Ikazuchi, it's one of the slowest tier 8 destroyers, and it turns as a slug, a really sluggish. I'm not saying that this it's not the Fletcher, don't get me wrong. Fletcher, it was most maneuverable and one of the way better torpedo boat. But the thing is, with this ship, man, when you have this 19 points captain adrenaline rush, there are so few destroyers that can survive the engagement, and it's all about that Wargaming decided to improve the pen of those guns, and the shells are so crazy good together. I'm talking tight together. And even though you probably lack in torpedo, which torpedo are actually not bad, they hit like a truck, so you only have one torpedo launcher with 6, but 12 kilometers, it's more than enough, guys. 12 kilometers for tier 9, it's actually pretty darn good. The only problem, you only have 6, but then you have this torpedo reload. But what I make this completely overpowered, it's that if a destroyer, any nation's kind of destroyer, open fire versus you, there's a big chance that they might lose. Probably, I'm just saying that you have to be worried about a little bit the Kleber, the French one, and Kaba and some others there, which absolutely 100% gun boats. But you still have the smoke, guys, which Kleber doesn't. You may argue that Kleber and some other Mogador, they have extremely good torpedoes, but you have a lot of chunk of HP pool. So even though, let's say that you may argue that Kaba, Kleber, Mogador have an upper hand, I'm not saying they have a, but you will always chunk them down, no matter how good the skills are. It's because too much daka daka, too much firepower, and versus a battleship. I remember I played and I rank 1 in this season. Not this season. It was a season was a tier 9 battles, rank battles. It was a tier 9. I mean, everybody was playing this ship. There were very few that playing some the radar destroyer, the black, and some other, but the Kamikaze was all over the place. It's because they are so damn good, and if the torpedo will not hit you, the guns will definitely put you on fire and do a lot of damage. And frankly, I would like to say it's strong. It's stupid strong. Especially in random battle. That's what I'm trying to say, because all those ships that I mentioned so far, it's all about the random battle. And then, guys, we have of course for some strange reason that you guys know, this ship is also broken, and it has been nerfed since she was released. And you may argue that people right now, they know how to counter the ship a little bit more. However, I still believe it's broken as all hell. I just want to find it. I do have to apologize, guys. Over here must be. There she is. And there is the Belfast. The Belfast, guys, for someone, the reason number 1 I think it's broken, it's because this is the only tier 7 ship that we go to modules and we go to upgrades, and they should receive the tier 8 concealment system mod 1, and this makes this ship by far the most stealthiest cruiser in this game, with around 8.5 kilometers in range, and almost the same range. It's also the radar. You only have to go like 100 meters or something between the concealment, detection. It's 8.5, so I do believe her concealment is 8.6 or something like that. It's just ridiculously close between radar and the concealment of this ship. And she does have HE, she does have hydro, so this combination, smoke, hydro, radar, you name it, it's of course broken. And her real downside is that her actually range is not crazy. You don't have a lot of range, so if you're a battleship trying to disengage and put yourself, it's not so easy. It's not so easy because the Belfast can always sneak up on you, and her biggest food are actually the destroyers. When destroyer are come too close to this ship, they will melt, and that is what it is. Sure, they can use the torpedo, but then she has this stupid hydro, and you can spec this ship with crazy, I don't have the captain, but you can spec this one with crazy huge large of smoke. So the smoke are not small, it's a huge smoke that you can put several ships inside, so you can try to move left and right, or reverse or forward in that huge bubble of the smoke. And so for that reason, I believe, guys, that this ship, it's broken. It's too strong versus destroyers, and the matchmaking, it's not so favor. You will face tier 9's radar cruiser, and then this ship, it's not so darn overpowered, let's say versus Alaskas and some other tier 9 US heavy cruiser. I believe, guys, without saying too much, this is extremely strong when you're top dog. When then you're facing tier 8 and tier 9 radar cruisers, then you're not so darn strong anymore. So that's the thing I have to keep that in mind, guys. And for number 1, I need to say this, guys, that it's no brainer that this is the most unfun ship to be on the receiver side, and that it's, guys, the where is the damn ship? must be here somewhere, right? There's the Smolensk. The problem with the Smolensk, guys, that this build that I have right now, it's a Grozovoy captain with 19.2 kilometers in range. I'm not saying you always hit a target, because you're never gonna hit a cruiser or a destroyer at this range, but a battleship who is trying to stay bow on or reverse, you might actually hit it for close to max range. The downside with this ship, guys, it's even more lethal and more dangerous towards any destroyer, is because you have a little bit too much of the firepower. It's broken when you have 16 those 130 millimeters flat arc, and that's the thing, guys. Do you think the Zhao can easily delete a destroyer? Well, this thing will delete the destroyer even faster. And the concealment are fantastic. It's exactly 10 kilometers. But the thing is, which is nice, I'm not saying too much, guys, but this is the best cruiser for a destroyer level up, you know. So when you have a Soviet Grozovoy line like Udaloy and Grozovoy captains inside, it fits perfect. And she has very little weakness beside her armor and her kind of a side, because the thing is, this in this ship you don't want to come too close. In Belfast you want to use your radar and come close to your destroyer and nuke them and try to delete them. In this ship you have to be further away. You are a perfect supporter but not a brawler. If you brawl with this thing, you will be hitting citadels and receive huge amount of damage from almost any angle. That's the thing. If a cruiser wants to hurt you really bad, all they need to do is change to HE, but also AP will do tons, and I mean tons of damage that you can never recover. But the thing is that it makes this ship kind of weird and broken. This has extremely good firepower, fire range, smoke, and it's pretty good concealment and maneuver. It's not crazy, and the carrier have hard to deal with you because you have one of the strongest AA in this game. Only Minotaur beat her, but otherwise you are extremely strong. And I would like to say that there are very few weaknesses about this ship besides being a large citadel cruiser. But I believe, guys, without saying too much, that it's not so healthy for a game, those cruisers with a fast DPM and a lot of HP. I mean, seriously, if you division with another Colbert or another Smolensk, I mean, oh man, it's not fun to be on the receiver side. And I might say it that Wargaming might take this plane displaying this ship from the premium store. They might do it, guys. I don't know, but let me know in the comment below that you think or don't think that Wargaming will remove this ship from premium shop. It is what it is, guys, but I believe still there are way better premium ships than the Smolensk. It's a good trainer for the Soviet destroyer line, however not for all build, not for the Kaba line. Then this ship does not perform as well as a trainer. So guys, there you have it. Let me know in a comment below what you think about those my top 5 or top 6. So what is your top 5 for random battle? Let me know in a comment below. I wish from about my heart, have a great new year and take care. See you in the next year. Bye.